What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given, back with some more Hearthstone Battlegrounds. I really have not played too much over the past week. I played only one game, I believe. So the last video you guys saw was, I played this Sire Denathrius game, and then I played, I guess, just this George game off stream. And this was the quest that I had. You get a walking fort and you double your end of turn effects. So I was able to pick up one more Darkrai and then one more walking fort and just kind of played tempo. Tempo with George's Boon of Light I think is pretty good, and with the walking fort scaling I think was also pretty good as well, and that was enough to get me third place. I also got another, so it's been all third places on the new patch. I guess one fifth place here to kick things off. That's right, that first video was a double, now I remember. But then 3 third places in a row. We'll see if that streak continues or if we are able to slightly improve on that. The thing with quests, the current patch, is things are a lot more high-rolly, which I love, and that also means that you're going to have to put together something truly spectacular to really break out beyond just getting third place. But it is kind of curious, like, well, all of these people are trying to do these crazy powerful things, and part of the reason for that is they're fun. Everyone's trying to build towards these crazy fun comps. It does present an interesting opportunity to just then play for tempo and try to secure a third place finish yourself, because you can climb with consistent third place finishes. Now, Deathwing is new. I realized this after, I believe, watching a video the other day, or maybe actually reading a Reddit post. Now the +2 attack is permanent, so it scales kind of nutty. However, I think I still kind of like Scabs. I might be more interested in Deathwing in a mechs lobby, especially. There are some interesting things potentially with some other tribes that I haven't quite thought out, like maybe dragons. It's still good, but I like myself some Scabs, so we'll pick that up. And then, despite talking tempo, which is a video title that I have definitely used before in the past, at least once for Storybook Brawl, I think Econ is still the way to go on this first turn. Pick up the gold coin. That'll let me level and then have a lot more purchasing power on turn 3, though I guess with Scabs that's less important, because you could always just spy on turn 3. So that's kind of curious. Okay, Master Nguyen has a shell collector as well. Hello there. And then we definitely leveling up here. Now, one thing you could kind of check out, alright, like elementals, mixed minions, it's not really going to matter. Most people are just going to be leveling up on this turn. But, like, what if I saw Naga here? Or what if I wound up playing up against Master Nguyen again? Would it be worth it to spy? Could it be worth it to just hang on to my gold coin? Especially if the shop is lackluster next turn, I could definitely see hanging on to a gold coin and just making use of my hero power, maybe getting better value out of that coin later on. I'm just going to move this slightly this way. I had moved my camera yesterday because Lily... I know Lily normally sits over here. Well, maybe I moved it back too far. I'm not sure. But either way, we'll do this. Oh, mixed minions could be an opportunity to grab an amalgam. That's interesting. We'll take 3 damage here. And then we'll see what we can see. Okay, well, double profit of the boar is just something I like a whole lot, right? Mixed minions. Let's grab some profit. For fun and profit here. We'll see if we can make our quest align with this. If we get something like play a bunch of Quillboar, that seems like a really easy decision. We do have the opportunity with our hero power to roll hero power and still purchase one thing if we don't like anything in that first shop, and we could even sell out of Shell Collector to roll double purchase or double roll purchase hero power. So a lot of options there coming from that first turn. Shell Collector, start of combat ability. Okay, so we're going to take a bunch of damage from this. This is a pretty high tempo hero. But now, let's see what quests we have available to us. No Quillboar. First thing I notice. Have minions die. Play 7 Quillboar or Murlocs. Oh, I guess this is a Murlocs lobby. Oh, wait. Your blood gems give an extra +2/+2. The start of your turn, add 2 to your hand. So this is a big payoff. After you play a minion of a type you don't control, give a friendly minion of each type. I don't really love that. Your tavern always offers 2 Naga when refreshed. I was watching somebody streaming yesterday, and they made pretty good use of this. I like this, but I'm going to go for Endless Blood Moons, I think, just for how it interacts with what I'm already doing. I'm going to roll, try to find a Quillboar. I don't think I want to roll again. So now I'm like tempted to just pick up maybe even Reef Riff or Lava Lurker. What do we got here? Mixed minions. Do we see a Quillboar? No.
Escape.
Let's play this. I could still use this on the Lava Lurker that is currently in the shop. But I think I'd like to just try to find some Quillboars. But I do also need to start trying to kill some things. So let's see where this gets me. A 4/7, a few other minions. Playing tempo is going to be good with this quest in terms of just trying to take out some of my opponent's threat level here. Making all of their 2/2s into 3/3s lines up really, really nicely against my board. I'm not going to kill a single thing. Wow. Okay. Not great. Not great. I take 9 here, but you know what? It's my first time really playing in a week. I played 1 game on my phone in that time. I think we need to smarten up here a little bit. Do I want an elemental? Not really. Let's level and roll for a reasonable Quillboar, and Bacon Jazzer, I do think, is that reasonable Quillboar. So let's grab that. Let's immediately play that. It's going to give me 2 blood gems for +1/+2. So do I just, like, fully pump up the Moon Bacon Jazzer in an attempt to have all of my opponent's cards trade into it? I think so. I think this is a good strategy. Next turn I get to buy 2 things and hero power, or more likely potentially throw some rolls into that mix. But I'm definitely hurting a little bit right now. Oh, these are both Togwaggles. Or Wag Toggles. But,
Have a good battle,
yeah, I just noticed that those characters both had big, I don't know if these are monkeys or what the heck a Togwaggle is, but it does look like Moon Bacon Jazzer should be able to get me a little bit of just breathing room here in terms of making sure I don't take that much damage. I do still lose the combat, and I really refine my opponent's corpses. I take 5 down to 17. So let's see how we're doing after that. Don't see anybody else in Quillboar. Wax or Queen is still in mixed minions, but I do like a Thorncaller. I was able to kill a few of my opponent's minions that turn, so we're not that far off of
Better
the
hide or
endless
recruit while you can.
moon here. I think I'm gonna spy. Oh! That's always so awkward in this game when I click through something just a little bit too quickly. Alright, I could pick up a mistake selling off both of these. I don't think that's what I want to do, because I think I'm into the sick riffs. I will pick up a Prophet of the Boar and a Quill Boar next turn, plus a triple reward. So I guess all that stuff's pretty good. Where do I want to go after that? Well, Blood Gems aren't terrible. This is my biggest character, so I think I will give this. I'll give it 1 Blood Gem, and I'll also throw 1 Blood Gem right here. I think I just want to be using all of my stats as much as possible. Still have to kill 12 more things. That's not going to happen this turn either. So we've got some time still before all of our Blood Gems give +2/+2. Which means I just want to make sure I'm getting enough stats out of these ones in that interim period. And it looks good. We take out 6 of my opponent's minions. We just got to do that one more time. And this was up against a lobby leader as well. They weren't totally win streaking. They had lost a combat somewhat recently for 3. But still, to beat a lobby leader like that feels pretty dang good.
Keep up the pressure.
Let's grab this. Master Nguyen, I think, was the person with the mistake previously. Let's pick up the Thorn Captain now. So that way when we use the triple reward, we get more stats on the Thorn Captain from that. Triple reward is a little bit awkward. I feel like it's... Oh, you know what? We could actually make reasonable use out of Champion of Yusarj. Yeah. That seems fine to me. And then, do we throw in a roll? Probably. If we want to get the champion in here, we can roll. And we see 1 more Prophet of the Boar, which does work with the champ. If we Angler's Lure here, that's pretty good value in terms of then not really needing the Angler that much anymore. It would still be useful. I'm going to throw in this. I'm going to put both of these towards the back here. I'm going to pump up this guy. Actually, I'm going to pump him up a lot. So that way he can attack, and then these things have longer to get attacked into.
Have a good
And I'm not
battle,
locking.
friend.
Alright, if we can full clear my opponent's board, and... I don't know the percentage on this yet. I have this set to pop up after combat, so I was just making sure that was still set correctly. But it does look like we might be able to grab a full clear here. The Breen counter might be a little bit tricky, but my Champion of Yusarj is already massive, which makes me feel pretty good. Oh yeah, alright, Endless Blood Moon. Now my Blood Gems give +3/+4, and at the start of my turn I get 2 for free. I like that a lot. Cool, cool, cool. And we grab a combat win against Master Nguyen. So now I'm 2-streaking, baby. I'm back in the game. And my quest is complete. Does that seem like a pretty fast quest completion?
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure.
This is a Quill Boar, and I do kind of think I'm interested in almost every Quill Boar because they give me 3 Blood Gems. So let's grab this for now. Let's roll for more Blood Gem generation, potentially. Who are we playing up against? A Naga player. I'm going to sell off some of these things here, I think. Alright, and a bunch more Blood Gems. So now we really, this game, have the opportunity to go crazy with the tempo. Seems like we're going to get rid of this. We're going to play this. I think I just have to get rid of this, unfortunately. I'm going to pick up a Geomancer as well, and probably means I could throw in either 2 rolls or 1 instance of I Spy. I like rolling because I like finding more ways to pump up my blood gems potentially. Alright, let's really start pumping up this boy now. Oh, I'm out of room to play cards. But the more we pump up this thing, the more champion of Yasharj, and I'm not going to lock this. I'm going to look for more Moonbacon Jazzers and Prickly Pipers and passive Blood Gem generation. Now, what's my opponent got going on here? They got to add cards to their hand to make minions in the tavern decently cheaper. We're trading thousands of things into Eternal Night so that we can keep pumping up our Yasharj. Which is, I mean, it's going to go fine for us. We're going to win this combat and hit my opponent for a decent amount of damage here regardless. And this is definitely a nice little turnaround, right? Blood Gems at +3/+4 is really good tempo. I don't think that we're currently playing like a lobby winning comp, but we are playing a very powerful tempo comp that could get us there.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
I'd love to hire a recruit if I see something that stands out to me. I'm looking to sell off this Moonbacon Jazzer potentially. I mean, any Quillbore is 3 blood gems, which is +9/+12, but
Better hire a recruit while you can.
I still want to find some slightly better stuff. Now, Gem Splitter doesn't actually work for me on the current board. However, Prickly Piper is obviously insane and exactly where I want to be. So I'm going to pick up both of these. I'm going to cast some blood gems here. I'm going to start making this guy big as well. I'm going to play Prickly Piper and then continue to make my second guy right here big. I get one more roll. That's irrelevant, and we're done. I could have moved the champion a little bit earlier this time, but I don't think it's super likely to matter. And I'm starting each turn off with 4 blood gems, so I guess I do have a reasonable amount of blood gem creation. I wouldn't mind getting Gem Splitter on here, but I don't really have too much in the ways of Divine Shield. Oh, Magma Lock is huge and gonna take me for a lot of my money here. That's awkward, because, oh, these are all, oh, am I dead? No, I hit the damage cap. Whew, okay. I go down to 2. So now I really need to concentrate on those tempo plays. Yeah, maybe this isn't a Gem Splitter game. I mean, there are other blood gems at the top of the curve that have more interesting things. I kind of like spying against ETC. Just see what crazy concoctions this guy's picked up on. Copy of friendly minions' death rattles. Yeah, that's a Prickly Piper. So that's pretty good. I wouldn't mind tripling the Thorncaller, though, and copying that. That could also be a pretty interesting avenue. Another Moonbacon Jazzer is pretty nice. Okay, we're going to have to start pumping up these other things.
Watch out! Watch out!
Alright, so here's where we landed.
You're gonna love my
Venomous is pretty good, but my Taunters are going to get a decent amount of value. Otherwise, the rest of their stuff kind of tiny. And what's in the Whirlatron becomes another question here. We're going to trade with the Tender. I don't know, some stuff's happening. Doesn't really matter too much to me. And then, oh, we actually don't have our Prickly Piper die. Yeah, that's always a risk when you start to pump up Prickly Piper. But I know it's a character that we're going to keep around for a while. So for that reason, I do want to pump it because I want to make sure that my board's still strong. And if I can't triple this Thorncaller, like I got to toss him or triple him so that we can start to do some nice stuff there as well. Alright, Murlocs, not super interested in stealing those. I'm going to grab a Gem Splitter because I'm going to cycle through these Thorncallers if we don't triple them, and it looks like that's going to happen right now. So we just get so many more Blood Gems by... So like early game, you noticed I rolled past a bunch of Quillbore when I could have just sold off the Quillbore for some more generation, and honestly, I might actually sell off this too, come to think of it. So maybe I should have kept the Thorncaller, if we are being totally honest here. But now, like, late game, I don't care as much about generation. I can sell off this and this. Oh wow, we grabbed another Thorncaller. Okay, so now I'm going to sell off the Moonbacon Jazzer and the piloted Whirlatron. I think I'm just, like, past the point in the game where I really want to value scaling that highly, and I just want to play the most Blood Gems every single turn. This is going to be my cycle slot, so I'm not going to pump up the Geomancer, but I'm going to pump up all of these other cool cats and kittens. Sure, this seems good. No real rhyme or reason into what numbers I'm trying to hit. I am trying to be like somewhat cognizant of the huge magma lock that this player had, and like numbers similar to that, but it's gonna have grown more the next time we run into it, so it's a little bit hard to figure out exactly where we're supposed to land here. Let's see, how big is the Baskill? Not big at all. So an easy win and a kill that gets me into the top 4, and that's tempo, baby. Playing some tempo Quillbores here. And I actually don't know if we potentially maybe took one of the easier treasures to complete. Because it's something that just happens passively. It's something that you already want to be doing. Rewards you for playing tempo more than it rewards you for doing anything like weird or greedy. Alright, this player had one Quillbore that they certainly sold off at this point. I was looking for the Quillbore that triggers when Taunters die, Bristlemane, Scrapsmith, though doesn't look like we got there. How about level 4 Quillbore? That gives you Dynamic Duo or Necrolite. Yeah, I mean, it's only 1 gold to level up, but next turn it's free. So I'll take the free level up next turn, and I'll pass on it this turn in favor of just rolling for more boar. Morabora. I guess it's still 1 roll, and then I could spy plus, well, yeah, we're going to cycle through these 2 things anyways. So 1 more roll, sell off both of my Quillbore for another Quillbore. Instead I find Prophet of the Boar, which is a little bit awkward because it doesn't actually contribute to the board. I mean, the only other play here is to I Spy with my remaining coin, but it is good still if I am able to... sorry, I might have to spend some of these first. So I want to sell off this Sunbacon Relaxer regardless, and then if I'm able to triple the Thorncaller, I think that that does seem good. Oh, let's try to cast some of this. Alright. Wound up keeping some blood gems in my hand. Hopefully that does not cost me too much. That was definitely not intentional. But it looks like my characters are pretty beefy. So I think this is going to be enough to snag me a 2nd place finish here. It does look like it, right? Yep. Cool, cool, cool. second place, and now we are up against the Togwoggle, and it's Magmalock versus Tempo Quillbore. Would really love to find this Thorncaller. Might even just roll before leveling because it increases my chances of hitting on either of these triples. Definitely going to grab a Razorfen Geomancer, though. 2 more Quillbore. So I could just go full Tempo this turn, sell out of Prophet of the Boar, Tempo as much as I possibly can into Quillbore. Could also put 1... Oh, this is a pretty good card to end off on, isn't it? So I have to think about, this is 15 plus 21. So it's probably still better to just keep this Thorncaller in and cycle through Prophet of the Boar. Prophet of the Boar will give me essentially plus 15 plus 21 because I'm doing it 3 times. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. Unfortunately, let's cast some of these things here first. Could have also gotten rid of Champion of Yasharj at some point along the line here. That's 3 more. And then I'll want to cast some of these before... I'll roll again. Alright, I'm definitely locking onto a Moonbacon Jazzer. Let's play this. Let's go for 1 Venomous. Let's pump some other things up here. Alright, and I left 1 Blood Gem in my hand by accident, but let's see how this goes. My opponent does have 1 Venomous character that's going to take out all of my pump, which I was a little bit afraid of, and unfortunately they found a lot of other large characters. So this will be a loss, but you know what? Second place is an improvement. That's what I said at the start of this video. Let's just try to improve just a wee little bit, and I think that I've done that. This is my first second place finish with quests in the game, only like my 5th game with quests total, but it's good to be back, and we can see the crazy high rolling, and we can also see the power of just playing to tempo in this meta, which I think is like a little bit underrated potentially. I don't know if I fully talked through it at the start of this video, but everybody's trying to do big, crazy things because you can do really big, crazy things with quests. But if everybody's trying to do big, crazy things, then you might be able to capitalize on that by just staying low to the ground and knocking people out before they're able to get anything going. For today, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Luck's Given. Peace.